Yes. No, it's not.
So here we are, dumped,
Right, are we all? No, we're not already.
dumped on the side of the road. Some have formed a splinter group and set off. We're on our way to walk along part of Hadrian's Wall. We've left the A group.
And now I'm looking for a turn off left.
Down there. Oh. That's where we left the A group, somewhere down there and over that hill.
Do you want to do a talk?
And Keith's the leader today because Bernard isn't here. So Keith is now going to do the little bit to camera when he's got a dry map.
Well, I've got a dry map. So we're on the B6318 at the moment. We're making our way north to to Hadrian's Wall. We're walking west along Hadrian's Wall.
East along.
Sorry, we're walking east along Hadrian's Wall. We're walking from the west, east along Hadrian's Wall, as far as Cragloch, and then coming down to Vinderlander, which is hidden behind the driver's telephone number.
Ah.
So there we are. That's the piece to camera.
So that's where we're going. The A party I think we're the rabbits and they're the greyhounds. They're going to come and chase us, see if they can overtake us before we get to Vinderlander. But it's not a very nice day. The views are non-existent and it's very grey. But we'll see. Weather forecast says it's going to brighten up. Here we go anyway. So there we are. We're at Hadrian's Wall. On our way to Hadrian's Wall, just to prove that we're in the area, and we're turning off down here. There's the little track here. So this looks like our first nearly up close with Hadrian's Wall. To keep out those marauding Scots and what have you, all those other people. That's where we're heading. I think we don't walk on it. I'm suspecting there's a path a little bit lower down. But this is part of where it goes. Okay, so here we are, up close at it. This is what the Romans built in AD 122. Part of it's here. It goes to the outcrop that I had on the last clip. And this looks like it's running away. Oh, workmanship in that, I mean, it's quite remarkable when you think of the time that it's had. Running all the way up there, and then we think that, well, I'll find out in a moment, that this area where people are looking now, where the group are looking now, is a Roman mile fort. So they build these forts every mile, something like that.
And then a lot of it's been pilfered, isn't it?
Have they worked out what a Roman mile was? No.
This is, like it says there, this is one of the mile forts, mile refuges.
I don't like the look of that.
A lot of the stuff's been taken. Now, you can go in here and just look at the accuracy and the size of those. This really is a remarkable building. Cubes and not just dry stone thrown. So there's the group still down at that sign. I'm just thinking this might be part of the wall, whether it's the natural phenomenon I don't know. Obviously the wall runs along there. We just come this way around the building, up this little slope. We're going to go along the wall here. But this just gives you an idea of the, well, it's not very good today, of the view that the lookouts would have. I can't say that it's a job I'd quite look forward to. stood there in my toga on a day, even on a day like this in summer. Lord knows what it was like in winter. But that's the sort of view that they would have had. And here they are, walking right on the side of the wall now. As you can see.
You can see him coming from miles away, haven't you?
Yeah. Yes. You could see the marauding armies. Even on a day like this, it's fabulous viewpoint. It's going to be fairly easily spotted. And this is the first little bit where I have to go, where the wall has a bit of work to do, because the gully down here is still following it, and it's a little bit.
Yeah, take the frame back.
And then it goes up here, up these steps, and up to the top there.
Yeah, so you're going to the anyway?
No, no. So here's the Centurions making their way up the wall. This is stepped on this occasion. I guess these were probably added later. They don't seem particularly since it was originally built. We've now got Hadrian's ghost. Poor Ken, his new cape has undone him.
Come on, stop messing about. After revert to plan B.
I keep saying it's clearing, but this is where it's coming from. So we're now along here, following the wall still. The wall's on the left hand side of these two. This is a newer modern wall. Just look at the difference in the size of the stones and construction of that in comparison to the size and shape and construction of that one. That's the original Hadrian's wall, and this is the we are at Core Gap, which is turret 41, and this was how it was constructed. And this is the wall, and that's the base of the turret there, so it would have gone up to quite a height. And then this is the view that they also on Central Duty. But having said that, looking at the outline here, the little graphic, there's a fire in there, so it might not be a bad job after all if it gets through the floor. This is now back towards the turrets where we last looked, to come from down the bottom there through the gates and up the side of the wall again. There we are. So there's 6 of us here, I think. 7 still coming. We've just climbed quite a steep bit actually. 2 or 3 ups and downs. It isn't just a flat wall. It's up and downs here. I'm just going to rest behind that wall there because it is blowy. You can probably tell from the recordings it's windy up here, and so we're going to go that side of the wall just to get a little bit of lee shelter. So we're finally getting ourselves together. We're still here on the wall just waiting for that, and here's an interesting little way of signing the footpaths. 1 or 2 thought it was a beer bottle, thought it was a brandy bottle. I think it's Excalibur. It should be drawn out of the stone. It's obviously a sword handle. Onwards and upwards, as they always say. It's certainly a lot of upwards today. Up and down all the time. So the weather seems to be trying to brighten. Certainly a better view now. The rain stopped and there's a little bit more to see.
Amazing views.
They are.
It's in the Middle Ages.
So here we are, Scotland over here, and as Eddie's pointed out, there's a bit of a difference in the landscape. There's lots of tussocks, I suppose you'd call them over here. And then the English side seems to be a lot greener, a lot more cultivated, a lot more agricultural. Whether that's the case or not, far be it from me to hazard a guess. And now it is clearing up. It is brightening up. Well, as I said, that's where the weather's coming from. Still beautiful. Very desolate. Yeah, just push on a little further. I don't think this will have been open in Roman times. They'll have been stuck in a garrison, I've no doubt. But I'm hoping that it's that farm down there where they would be staying, because there's not much else for a camp at night. I really don't know whether this is marking the midway point. It's quite a height, so it's. It does say on it, it's a triangulationus stationus, apparently, so it would appear to have been here for a number of years, but it marks quite a height, fantastic view, absolutely outstanding, right the way across to the Solway coast there. But wild, and it's wild today. It's May, it's reasonably warm. This wind is biting. Fantastic. It is an unusual park because here is the original wall footpath. See, this runs alongside the actual old wall. Quite a drop down there. And then the wall runs along here, and then there's this footpath, which actually isn't particularly flat. It would be quite difficult to walk on that, so I'm just going to show you a little bit and then get off it before I fall off it. It marks the halfway point in the highest position on Hadrian's wall.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that the trig point that we've just come down from is probably just a little bit higher. But as you can see from there, there's a lake over there, and then there's an escarpment, and the wall runs along the top of that.
With this one.
Yeah, the style onto the footpath. And this one looks like it's made out of a rounder's bat. But again, something different.
All right. Yeah.
There's a new one, folks.
They took over Southeast Electric.
Well, we're having problems with them.
Yes.
So we've just had lunch and we've crossed the road, and we are now on the north side of the wall. This is it. There's a little bit of a bit of foliage and grass on top of this.
I'm on
This
tomorrow.
is
Actually, we have timeshare on the west coast of Scotland.
still this north-south divide. This is, we're now on the north side, as I say, of the wall. So this looking at some came up towards us when we were having lunch, turned round, and we're now down on this path, following the path down here, and then we're going to head down this slope and then across to the wall that you can just see climbing up over there, and we're going to climb up to the top where the people are over there. So as I say, we're north side of the wall. You can see the wall coming along here now. It's still pretty square and well made, well built, and then it drops down to the bottom here and then climbs up the side of the scar there to the top of that. I think there's another turret up there, but we'll find out when we get there. Okay, so there's the car park. You can feel the wind on that now. Then we came down here. Would appear to be another turret down there where the guards would be. And the wall comes up the side of here. We've got to climb up some steps, some concrete steps for us. Here we are, moving on now, back along the wall, and we're along the top of that scar that I photographed earlier, and that's the way the wall runs. You see it here on the left. It's very windy today, but it's a beautiful view. So we've just done a down those steps down to the bottom of the gate, and now we're doing an up again. But there's not many more because we're nearly at the end of the mere, the lake or whatever it is that we saw, and we should be turning off that shortly. Alright, here we go then. So as we're walking down, and there's the place everybody's going to tell us about.
This mile fort, if you notice, it's got a gate in the wall and a gate at the other end, and it was like a passport check area. They used to let traders go back and forward.
Alright.
From Scotland to England.
Yep, yep.
And of course they used to check them out.
Good. So this was border control.
Border control.
And we're still going up. There's our lake. We're getting closer to that lake, but we've got a couple of ups and downs to go first. The wall's going way over there. Oh, not too far. So again, down the path, we're going down here, down to the bottom of the border control, and then back up the steps again. Still hear that howling wind. Come along there, down behind the tree, down to the bottom there, crossed over, and then we're now coming up this route. Up to the top of here. It's like following people up Everest, this. And we'll be looking for that lake again. Still heading west to east. We've got all the party here. What's the right there? That was the trick point at the highest point on Hadrian's wall. And as you can tell, it's still pretty windy today. So here's the lake that we're looking at. There's just an interesting little bit here. Down at the bottom of the scar, there's like a brown area there, which is a water area. But you can see all the footpaths leading into it from 360 around it. So it's probably some sort of watering hole. We're trying to work out whether it's deer or whether it's sheep or not. But it's an interesting one because It's very wide open for deer. So, the last stile. Set off down this path here. And this is where we're heading for. The Roman ruins at Vindolanda. That's been our target all the time we've been on Hadrian's Wall. I just got absolutely soaked. A little shower before, absolutely soaked. And now it's coming out nice again. Breezy still, so hopefully a bit of blow dry. So there we go, through the buttercups and cow parsley meadow. So here we are now, we're looking out at the ruins of Vindolanda. As you can see, these attract a lot of attention from visitors. A couple of reconstructs there, I think. And then this lovely little building. Very pleasant. Still, look at the weather there. And there. I don't know. Thought it was April showers. So here we are. This is Vindolanda. There's the coach. And there's the weary hikers making their way back. We're getting changed into something probably a little drier, and then it'll be tea in the cafe, and then we'll be out for food tonight. So unless there's something drastic, I think that's the end of my bit from here, from Hadrian's Wall today. We'll see you next week.